Perfect, 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 perfect.
Hello everybody, it's AndreJMcClendon. Welcome to the AndreJMcClendon Show. Today is the weekly news wrap-up coming to you real quick. So guys, I'm going to jump in. This is going to be about commodities, some crypto, and 4 big companies that I'm looking at. Now, we'll jump into oil, and let me, wrong one. Alright. So the first chart you guys will be looking at is oil, and this is I think since like 1983-ish, 1982-ish, and this is the entire thing of oil. So just to get a perspective on where we are over the long term, look at the prices now, and look at the fluctuations versus the 80s. Massive amounts. Look at these moves. Like, I've been trading oil, scalping with the team, and we went from 45 down to 56. Look at that. So our next one, check over, it's going to be a little bit zoomed in. This is going to be oil on the hourly. And you see, like, look at these massive moves. So oil is definitely a big mover. I support jumping into oil even now, like even in the stock, even stock, seeing some cash flow from it. But in here in Forex is trading these, man, there's some massive moves to be made. And here's the third one, just to show you on the daily how big these moves are. And if you look at the biggest buying areas down to the 42 to 44 range, buying at that massive support level, and then consolidating some tad bit in the 50s, 52-ish, 53-ish area to do the secondary buy. I mean, my personal opinion, which I'm not giving you advice, I'm not telling you what to do, this is what I think. I think they're consolidating right now. It's creating a hammer right now on the daily and probably going to push up higher. If I'm wrong, you know what? It doesn't matter to me because I don't care where the market goes. I make money despite where it goes up or down. But for this Forex trade, I think is going to be creating a support right now to go higher. So that's oil. Oil is at 56.07. Let's see if we can go a little better next week. Alright, so what you guys are looking at currently is silver, and this is basically from 1973. Look at these massive moves. And if you can see, it's consolidation, massive breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, such and such. And right now, silver has been consolidating, bouncing from that sweet spot of 14 up to 16, but it's now hanging out the 1535-ish range. So my favorite thing, I love investing in the precious metals and commodities. My favorites are oil, silver, and gold, and trading them on a daily and investing into the physical markets. It's been a whole lot of fun. But you know, I pretty much trade silver daily, and if you guys go to the next view, you'll see silver on the weekly, and you'll see that sweet spot at $14.40-ish, massive buying area. It seems like it's creating another support area to pull down. It might head back down to the 14s. If it does, I'm not telling you what to do. For me, I will probably be rebuying and shorting down to get that rebuy and take that massive long up. But that's the personal opinion. And our next one is seeing oil on the daily. Seeing silver on the daily, and you'll see that, man, that was such a good move, like such a good pull up. All right. Gosh, I don't want to go into the market technical analysis, but you see that big move up on the daily. That's what I love to see about silver. Just massive moves up. All right, our next one is going to be gold. All right, let me jump on gold real quick. Alright, so what you're looking at now is gold since 1979, and to see like this gold is a tremendous investment long term. My personal opinion, you know, I know fiat currencies always expand and they lose purchasing power over a long period of time. So in my opinion, holding on to something that doesn't change, gold never changes, only the price of it, this derivative changes. So for me, if gold is going to be a constant and dollars are always going to have a worse purchasing power, the dollar value should increase over time, typically. But looking at gold now, I mean, it's consolidating, bouncing around from the 1100s to the 1400-ish area. I hope we can puncture through that 1400, but we might go back down near the 1200s, 1200 flat, and then bounce back up. We shall see. I don't know, it's doing a pretty strong top right now. Let's go zoom in a little bit more. Now we're on the weekly. And you can see there's some really good support areas to buy, especially buying physical. If you're Forex, I'm just stay on that right now. There's a multiple barriers for this top, and this big push down. It might do slightly down to push back up to hit that top of 1375-ish area. But we'll zoom in a little bit more, and look at that daily big move, man. I love that. I was so happy to take that trade. And I got that on a limit trade too, limit order. Ooh. So our next one we're gonna jump right into is Litecoin. So here's the entirety of Litecoin, like real short. But I always say I like Litecoin more than Bitcoin because just the percentage of move. Like Litecoin doubles, Bitcoin goes up by 10%, 8%. You know, I don't trade cryptocurrency with margin accounts. This is personal preference. I only do it with non-leveraged accounts. I mean non-margin accounts. This is personal preference. So for me, I did make a video earlier saying that Litecoin was going to go down, and you know I'm happy that I do have a thing called stops. So you know you may take some few losses, but when you see the overall trend is up, you know the trend is your friend. Don't fight the trend, and just keep on going. But right now, you see that there's some really good support areas that Litecoin made here at the $22 level, the $30 level, now at the $42 level. It pushed up to the 45 support level area. Now it's pushing up to resistance level, but it might break through this. So at the recording of this video, Litecoin's at $57.30. It may be more when you've seen it, but we'll see where it goes. You know, you guys know my personal beliefs on crypto. Don't believe in it much, but just get ready to make some good cash. Our next one will be a notorious Bitcoin. So here's an overview of Bitcoin long term. There's the entire history of it. And now Bitcoin is cupping right now. It's creating looks like Bitcoin might go up to the limits. It might hit the $7,000 mark. It might hit even higher. But I would say it is on a bullish run, maybe a small correction from the overall trend down. But you know, crypto's is on animal. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Here's the Bitcoin on the daily. Now you can see all these really sweet support areas where major institutions or individuals are buying, and it's definitely pushing up the price. Like even right now at the current price of 4,013 at the recording of this video, I easily can see it hitting 4,200 without a doubt. But we shall see. All right, our next one will be Amazon. Let me get the picture. Where's Amazon? Amazon. So the reason why I'm showing Amazon is because look at the price. It's at 1620 at the current end of this video, and look at its earnings per share. It's not even 1%. It's so low. It's so bad. I would never I wouldn't touch Amazon with a fucking, even if someone gave me free money, I wouldn't buy Amazon. I would buy other assets, international assets now. But its PE ratios, like. I remember a few months ago, their PE ratio was like 200 plus. Now there's at 81. I don't know what they're doing, but I mean we can analyze it, go through their financials to figure out what's happening. But I mean, I wouldn't buy a company even over 25 over PE ratio. I love sweet spots like 10 or 8 or 7, something 12, 15. You know, but 81, no. You know, I mean I'm happy. I'm shorting all these main companies, but. We'll see. Our next one is Apple. Now, Apple's not doing too bad. Its earnings per EPS is almost 10%. I like 10%. It's like a good key area. Its dividend is like, I don't even care. It's too small for me to even get into. But its PE ratio is under 20. That's one of my key rules. And it's not at like 0. It's not like super low. It's right at that good level. You know, but for me, I still propose Apple so much lower, much cheaper. We shall see. Our next one is, I think, let me see. Give me a second. Microsoft. Now, Microsoft's PE ratio is a little bit higher. It is at 25. But the worst thing about it is that its earnings per share is so low. We're not even talking like, it's not even 10%. It's way low. Let me do the percentage right now. What are we talking about? Over. You're at like almost 4%, so it's horrible. And its PE ratio is too high for me. And I think Microsoft is going to go a heck of a lot lower, so that's just my personal opinion. But look at the stats right here and compare it to the next video. I might be doing Microsoft again and doing some technical analysis review. And the last one is Walmart. Walmart is horrible. Like, it has a PE ratio of 43. 43 years, 43 times its earnings. 43 years out to get your money back. I mean, that's crazy. And it's 2.25 for earnings per share. And those are some big things that I look at. Like, PE ratio is huge for me, dividend yield's big for me, and EPS. Like, those are like 3 big ones. Alright. But our next one is going to be, I got Walmart, Amazon. Yeah, that's it. So what I really want to talk about outside doing the market review is going to an emergency fund. I've met some people who don't have emergency funds or don't have enough money to be called an emergency fund, just savings account. Dave Ramsey says having $1,000 in retirement emergency fund. I would agree. Having this $1,000 in an emergency fund in cash in like a safe or something, perfect. But I think the sweet spot is having 3 to 6 months worth of savings, worth of cash. So if something happens, you lose your job, your lifestyle doesn't change because you have enough cash to support your normal living, normal liabilities, normal whatever for 3 to 6 months. And that's a sweet spot to be. And some people go for a year. I would say at least have a month so you can recoup some cash. Have 3 months or 6 months. But a month is pretty good. So that's some of the things to think on, guys. If you have any questions or comments about trading, go to AndreJMcClendon.com and look at what I do there, or you can just drop a comment below and we'll jump right into financial talk, and we're going to talk about business or money or trading. I love talking about both. And thank you guys for all the support so far. I've been noticing a huge increase in views from going from like 10 views to 25 views, and it's really nice. So if you guys want me to speak more about trading or looking at the charts, just comment below. If not, hit me up on social media. I'm on everything except Snapchat. So have a beautiful day. Share, subscribe, and like. Tell your friends about it, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.